Hey guys, welcome back to another video on Gamers Edition, and in today's video we're going to be looking at the Fossil Gen 5e smartwatch. Now the version I have here is the one that has a stainless steel band, and let's get right into the unboxing. So in today's video we're going to be unboxing this and briefly going through what this watch has to offer. Then this should just come off nicely. So not bad presentation. We've got what the watch's home screen looks like, and we have the stainless steel version with the stainless steel band. Okay, so let's put that to the side. Over here we've got our instruction manuals and pamphlets, and this is actually quite chunky, so I'm guessing it's got all the languages. So we can put this back in the box, and the box we'll keep here, put it to the side. Here's the watch. So in the side compartments you have the charger, and this is a specific one for this watch. As you guys can see, it's got these pins. Okay, and this is USB. Yep, it's USB, it's not Type-C. And then this other side has nothing in. Okay, so you get the watch and the charger, and the box. Take this box around off, and then we've got a sticker on top of there which we can put to the side. And here's the watch itself. So we have the black stainless steel version with the stainless steel wrist strap, so quite nice. It's got some heft to it as well. Then if we just open this thing up, so how do we open this up? Okay, pretty easy. We got some more stickers to peel off, and here we have the heart rate sensor on the back. Now if you have bought the normal one, which is the Gen 5, you'll actually have two more extra buttons here, but the Gen 5e, which is basically the lighter version of the Fossil Gen 5, doesn't have those two extra buttons. But here's the watch. Let's power it on for the first time. Okay, and with the unboxing segment out of the way, let's actually talk about the watch itself. So firstly, let's talk about how it is to wear. So the watch's weight is evenly distributed, even though it does have this metal chain. And if I take the watch off, you'll see it's got some Fossil branding on the buckle itself. It's also got this satisfying click when you put it on. There we are. And as for the chain, it's got gloss black in the middle, and it's got this nice matte black finish on the sides, which really stands out when you're in daylight. And then you've got your heart rate sensor right here. The back of the watch is plastic. Okay, and so here's the home screen. You can change this by holding down, so you've got a bunch of watch faces. These are the ones that come on the watch. I believe this is the one that I installed myself. So you have a bunch that come, and then you have a bunch more in the software, which we'll talk about later. So let's talk about the watch for now. You do have settings on the watch, but they are basic settings. For all the advanced stuff, you'll have to go into the Wear OS app. Okay, so first things first, let's actually check out the voice assistant on this, and whilst we're checking that, you guys can hear what the speakers are like. What's the weather like today?
Right now in Bolton it's 16 degrees and mostly cloudy. Today, it'll be cloudy, with a forecast high of 18 and a low of 7.
Okay, so speakers, pretty standard. It's subpar, but for how much the watch is, and it's not the full-fledged Gen 5, it's the Gen 5e, not bad. Now, you can also take calls with this watch, answer calls, answer messages and reply to messages. So let's show you that. So you can add your own custom tiles here. So I've got the weather tile, and to get more information on that, you tap on it and you're able to scroll down. And to go back, you can either use the home button or you can swipe back. So you can do this. If we just go forward a bit more, you can measure your heart rate, which we're going to do soon. Then you can call from here. You can go into your contacts, or you can dial a number if you're if you want to call someone that's not in your contacts. And then here's your Google Health stuff. So you can see I've done 7,480 steps, and that's all the tiles I have. So to go back, you can just press the home button on the side. It is not a crown like the Apple Watch has. You've also got the microphone on the side, and because, like I said before, this is the Gen 5e, you also don't have the two extra buttons on the side. You've got the microphone and the speaker on the right hand side. Okay, and to get into and to see all your apps, you're going to want to go on the home screen first, then press the button again, and here are all your apps. So you'll have your recents at the top, and you'll have the rest at the bottom. I have downloaded a few apps. I've downloaded Google Maps, Spotify, Google Messages, and the calculator app. Speaking of Google Messages, let's actually jump into it so I can show you what the messaging experience is like on this. So it was at the top, but never mind, we'll head to the bottom. You've got Google Maps, which works pretty well. I used it when I was on a bike ride, and I used it once whilst I was on a walk. So you can actually see the messages in full. So if you don't want to be disturbed by your phone taking it out, you can easily see the full messages on the watch. You can also call and send an emoji, make a voice message, or you can turn the voice message into a message that's written. Then you've got the keyboard. Now the keyboard is pretty small, but it does the job. And you've also got the Swift typing where you can do this and it types for you. Let's head out of that. You've also got a voice message. So just to test that out. I forgot this is we're texting someone. Let's try it one more time. Hey guys, welcome back to another video on Gamers Edition. Pretty accurate. It's probably going to get that bit too. No, it's not. Okay, so that's pretty accurate. If you guys saw the Amazfit GTR 2 video, you'd remember that I wouldn't do addition, it'd say something else. So, bit fiddly sometimes. But here we are. Let's jump into the Play Store so you can see what things you can get on this. So you can search. You've got featured apps. Let's jump into there, have a quick look. Bring that forward for you guys. There's a bunch of apps that are supported by this watch. Unfortunately though, this is reaching the end period of its life. It's on Wear OS version 2. Wear OS version 3 is out on the Gen 6 watch and the Samsung Galaxy Watch 4 series lineup. And you've got a bunch of other things here, but we'll save that for an in-depth review that we'll do one day. And then you've got the calculator app, which I downloaded as well, third party. And if I haven't said already, you can make calls from this watch and message from this watch. If you're wondering what this line is right here, that's actually your battery percentage. And speaking of that, let's look at the other menus. So you can adjust your speaker settings, airplane mode. This is theater mode, do not disturb, and display brightness. It actually gets pretty bright. I've got on the medium setting and that's perfectly visible in the day. Let's talk about the battery settings on this watch. So now let's actually talk about the battery settings. Now about the battery on this watch, it's not the biggest battery and it's advertised as 24 hours, so it can last 24 hours. But I found that on the daily mode, you're gonna get just over half a day, especially if you're taking calls from the watch, doing messages from the watch. If you're using the watch hardcore, then you're definitely just gonna get just above half a day or just half a day itself. So let's just talk about the modes briefly. So you got daily mode, which lets you use everything. You've got extended, which turns some of the things off like Bluetooth and other accessories, which will help preserve battery life. Then you've got custom mode, time only. Now time only just displays the time. However, to take it out of this mode, unfortunately you have to plug the watch in. So if you're out and about and you put it in this mode by accident, you're only going to be able to access the watch's full OS after plugging it back in. So that is unfortunate. There is no other way to take it out of time only mode. If there is, let me know in the comment section down below. Okay, so we've checked that out. Let's actually just check out the display brightness. So this is the medium setting and this is what it's like on full. And that's full. It's actually gone blurry, the camera, and if we turn it back to where I had it, so this is the lowest and this is medium. There we are. So overall not bad. In the day, in bright light, so it was quite sunny today and I was using this watch outside, the display is perfectly visible on medium setting, and if you want that extra bit of visibility, then you can straight away put it on high and it'll be perfectly fine. It's also got an always on display, as you guys can see. I'm not sure if it's customizable, but speaking of customization, let's jump into the Wear OS software. Okay, now it's time for my conclusion on the Fossil Gen 5e. Now, this watch is perfect for, well, it was perfect for me and I use this watch quite a lot daily. I use it for calling, messaging, calling people back, also messaging people back, and it did that perfectly. It does a lot of things really well. The voice assistant works really well. It does everything that's advertised, it does really well. One downside is the Wear OS. It does have a few problems, especially on this watch. One downside to the watch is the battery life, because if you're a hardcore user using this watch, so you go on calls quite for a long period of time on the watch, or you message quite a lot from the watch, or you turn on the active heart rate sensor to not measure. So I have it on measuring every 20 minutes, but if you put that on so it's measuring consistently, those things will add to the battery life decreasing quite quickly. I've managed to get just over a day and a half if I was using it hardcore, and if I'm not using it so much, then I'll end the day with around 10% battery, maybe 5%. So it's not that bad of a watch. It's really good. I highly recommend it for the normal user. However, there is a new version of this watch called the Fossil Gen 6. Unfortunately, from what I've researched, there is no Gen 5, there's no Gen 6e version, so you won't have a lighter version of that. It's just the full-fledged Gen 6. If you guys want to see a review video on that, that'll be coming soon. However, for those of you who want the latest Wear OS, the Gen 6e still does not have the latest Wear OS because it'll be coming out sometime mid 2022. So that watch doesn't have it. The only watch that has the latest version of Wear OS, which is Wear OS 3, is the Samsung's 4th generation lineup of smartwatches. So that's it for this video, guys. If you like what we do around here, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.